Hi, I'm Kathy Holly with Style ADIO, and I'm doing a series on how to pick the right clothing to create that body shape that I think we're all looking for, that hourglass shape. So, and for women anyway, but these things also are useful for the guys too when they're going out buying clothes. All these, the use of lines and color, it's goes into play when you are having your hairstyle done, even your home and things like that. So the other video I talked about horizontal lines and how they add width, or on your shoulders, if you want, if your shoulders are small or your bust is small, you use horizontal lines to make that look a little bigger and wider. So today I'm going to talk about vertical lines. And the vertical line is the up and down line, and it creates length or it slims you down. So I have a few things. I'm going to share my screen. Let me just do that here for a minute. And I will show you a few different things that I picked out to demonstrate. Some different uses, because most of the time people think, oh, I've got to wear these straight up and down pinstripes, which I actually think this one's pretty cool. It's got the very widths of the pinstripes. But so this is typically what people think of. So here is one way that I thought was a good representation. It's got the V neck, which isn't necessarily a straight line, but you can see it's a longer, deeper V, and it gives an illusion of some length. The other thing that's really great about this is that the band on that V neck is a different color. So it's darker, it stands out, so that accentuates that line and helps to give that length. I love this. This piece is really great. It's got the buttons all the way down, which help to make you look very narrow and more thin. And also the ruffle is fantastic, because the one thing, there's two things with the ruffle. The first one is it's lined, or I should say it's got the black or the dark piping on the edge of it. So that creates a very clean, distinct line that's adding length and helping you to look thinner. The other thing is that ruffle does not have a lot of fabric or a lot of gather to it, so it adds a nice dimension. But the one thing you do have to watch out for with ruffles is they can add some weight to you, because it's this extra fabric layering on top. But that's what's so great about this piece, is it doesn't do that at all. And this is kind of a typical thought when people think about vertical lines. The reason why I chose to show you this is it does have the stripes up and down, but look at the bow. The length of the ties that hang down on the bow also create that length, that illusion of narrowing the body. This is a little bit of an asymmetrical line, which I'll talk about in the next video. But yeah, the length on that bow is great. Here's a blazer that you can see that button kind of adds the pop of, okay, here's where these two pieces join together. And that seam is pretty defined. Not the seam, but the layover on the top where the two front pieces meet and button. Also, the neckline is a little bit longer. That creates a little bit of length, and the jacket overall, the bottom length of the jacket is a longer length. So that creates that illusion of slimming and length. Again, here's the blouse with the bow. This one I liked because the bow is a little bit thinner, but it's also it's a contrasting color. So it shows that line up of the, it shows that length because it is the different color. And this dress I thought was absolutely wonderful, the way they designed this. You can see where there's a little bit I think there's like a pleat or a little bit of a gather up on the top. So that and the way the folds are going, they're very gentle. It's not a lot of fabric, but it is creating a vertical line. And the same thing down from the hip bone down. The way it drapes is really, really nice. That's a beautiful dress. Here is another great example. If you really feel like your bottom part is kind of big, or yeah, and you want to minimize it, having two different colors like a black type pattern within the garment is an excellent idea. Again, it's a little bit the way those fabrics are cut, it's a little bit of an asymmetrical, not too much, but that does help to slim also. And the top part I like, because it opens up a little bit, and that also creates a little bit of length. Here's another dress that has the two different colors, and you can see how your eyes are just kind of drawn in. It's like, oh, okay, there's a little bit on that other side there too. So it kind of gives that illusion of thinner, more slenderizing. And this pair of pants, the reason why I chose this was the belt. And the belt hangs down and creates a little bit of an illusion of length. I think it'd also be great if the belt was in a different color, probably darker, but, and it's nice too, the way the belt lays. It's not, it's wide, but it's not a real heavy, bulky, poofy type thing that's adding weight to your body. I think it actually is slimming it down a little bit. And this is a great representation of using a belt for a vertical line. I think that's just wonderful. That very long leather type belt that hangs down, it goes right down the middle. Also, the dress itself has a little bit of an overlap, and it looks like it might be a little bit of an asymmetrical, almost like a wrap dress. But I thought that belt was really, really good. And then the final picture is this caftan, and it's not even a seam that's making the illusion of the length and slimming, but it's the way they used the fabric, and the horizontal, the wider print is going in a horizontal. The wider print is going in a vertical line, and the stripes also. So that creates some slenderness for you. So that wraps up what I have for now. As the vertical lines, again, you use these when you're styling your clothes, your hair, your house, all sorts of things. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments. I'd be more than happy to answer them. Maybe you have a piece of clothing at home that you're not really sure, or you want to find some of these clothes and yeah, you want some help. I hope you refer back to this and say, okay, is this kind of what she was talking about? I did want to say too, I got these pictures from the modaoperandi.com website. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. All right, take care.